255th Court.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. May I have your name?
Who is this?
Is it okay if I have your name? That's kind of odd that you don't want to give me your name.
What's your name?
Well, I have a situation that I have some questions.
What's your name? What's your case number?
Okay, can I ask some questions real quick?
You sure can. What's your case number?
Okay, well, I have questions and then I'll get to my case number if it's okay.
No, I need your case number first.
I have to get it. I have to get it. It's just some questions real quick, ma'am.
Okay,
hold on, ma'am. Calm down, ma'am. Calm down. It's a random call.
No, you calm down, ma'am. What's your name?
You don't want me to have your name?
Ma'am, do you want to give me your name? Give me your case number. How about that?
I don't have a case number yet. I have some questions.
What's your question?
Okay. You don't want me to have your name?
I don't think you need my name. What is your question?
This is a family court? What did I call?
Is this Miss Court?
No. Is this a family court?
Who is this?
Is this a family court?
Yes, how may I help you?
Okay. So I reported child abuse to the court. And I don't understand why a judge would write in the order that no contact.
What's your case number, ma'am?
I just have some questions.
Okay, I need your case number before I answer any question.
Okay, let me look for it. I'm looking for it.
Okay, call us back when you get a
I'm
chance.
looking for it, ma'am. Why would you hang up, ma'am? Ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Have your case
So
number?
I'm looking for it. Just 1 minute. So I don't understand why a judge would write in the order that there's no contact, no phone contact, no text, and no contact period with a child. I think that would be abusive for the child as well as for the parent. So I've tried to report child abuse to the court and I slipped through the cracks. And in fact, I slipped through the cracks to the extreme where they wouldn't even allow me to appear at court. I didn't think that was legal. In addition to that, depriving me of an attorney when child custody rights were at stake. I thought that was criminal. Are you there?
I'm here.
Yes, I found the case number.
For me, 2 seconds. 97, what is it?
01124. Before you transfer me over anywhere.
Okay, hold on.
I don't want you to transfer me. I don't want you to transfer me, ma'am. Hello?
Okay, hold on, ma'am. Hold on.
I don't want you to transfer.
Hold on.
Okay. She's muted. This is a family court. This is not criminal at all. She don't want me to have her name. Why would a family court deprive a person of if the only time you don't want a person to know your name is if you're committing crimes? Red flag. I've been going through this years. They don't want me to know the name. Then she's getting rude at a family court. Why would a party be rude and someone's reporting child abuse? But they've done it for years, to the extreme to where they would not even let me appear at my court date from criminal activity. This is a family court. The family court, multiple parties couldn't get their lie together, so they just don't want to talk about it. They have taken my child custody rights away with no CPS investigation because they can't get their story straight. CPS was involved, and multiple parties got caught in a conspiracy of lies and corruption. So now they have disappeared out the experience. The only thing that they care about is I have nothing at all to do with my daughter, and I have not been. For 4 or 5 years, I barely talked to her and we were close. This is abusive to her. That we can't talk on the phone. They put it in the order out of malice. No text, no contact, period. And they have no earthly idea why they did it. That is a felony, even if all these parties want to be conspirators in it. It's a felony. And they're so crooked. It's criminal the way that this proceeding went. So they just want to ignore it. The other judge, Kim Cook and Beecham or something like that, they had time to think about what they did. So they withdrew from the experience and then blamed it on another judge, Mary Murphy. Because why would a judge terminate someone's parental rights? I'm still on hold. She thinks I'm still on hold. Why would a judge terminate someone's parental rights, deprive them of any contact on the phone, anything with their child? In addition to the crime that's being broken for me to have no access to my child, I'm on supervised visits and they're depriving me of that out of criminal activity. Since they're abusing government resources, they entice the place with the supervised visits not to give them to me and the dad. Whatever they're doing with the dad, they're enticing all these parties to be conspirators. So for all this time, I cannot see my child. They did it to another child. They went up to the school and did a criminal trespass to prevent me from having access to my child.
Okay, let me help you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I came in and I reported child abuse. And I've been reporting to the courts for years, and I thought family courts protected children. I went to CPS, and CPS ignores it and covers for it. And I told them I didn't have any access October 26, 2018, and they wouldn't let me appear at my court date. They set it for March 22nd and wouldn't let me appear at that one. But in some kind of way, in August 1st, I was in jail on false charges. Some kind of way, Judge Mary Murphy, who I've never met, took my child custody rights away. And the court would not give me any avenue to reach Mary Murphy or any avenue to protect my child, and have contact with her. I informed the court that the family place FLP they set up for the supervised visits is committing crimes, and they were rude and covered for it. Her name, let me get her name. One moment.
Yeah.
She's 12.
She's 12, okay.
Why do you ask?
Okay, go ahead.
So what is the normal procedure for parent if there's, it's time sensitive? Obviously, if a child is in child abuse, why would the court ignore something like that?
Okay, hold on for me just a second, okay?
Okay, I don't understand why CPS would ignore it too. Now, what they do is transfer to a voicemail. To enforce that you never get anything resolved and the crimes go on year after year like they've been going on. They used to be rude and deliberately hang up in my face. He wanted to make it abusive and torture. Hello? I'm sorry, may I have your name?
This is Denitra Brown. How can I help you?
Oh, did I meet with you last time? I reported the child abuse and gave you the paperwork?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so why would the court ignore child abuse and corruption? I still haven't had a response, and I thought child abuse would be time sensitive. I don't understand why they deprived me of my right to go to court 2 times and then took my child custody rights away when I wasn't even present and didn't even do an investigation. And deprive me from legal representation. I can't get one because it's corruption. Behind my situation, I've tried to pay a family attorney and they won't represent me out of corruption. I'm targeted. I tried to tell you guys that. I have evidence of it. I told you that I had the false arrest and that the caseworker made a false statement to the family court. Then the family court let him disappear like he never existed. But there was a blatant lie. The family court was fully aware that James Hastings was involved. And once multiple parties incriminated themselves, they allowed James Hastings to disappear so he wouldn't be incriminated. But hindering a child custody agreement is a felony, even if all these parties want to be involved in it. These are clear-cut felonies, ma'am. I've been trying to address it to multiple different parties for years. So if I reported child abuse, what was that, 2 or 3 weeks ago to you? Why has the court not responded to child abuse? You there, ma'am? So these are the psychological techniques to disregard and minimize. She's muted. So she's not responding to all the chaos I just reported. This is what he likes, and this is what he gets. Ma'am, are you there? Ma'am, hindering the case is a felony. I thought that's a crime. I thought it was a felony. I'm not quite sure if it's a misdemeanor or a felony. I thought it was a felony hindering the case. If multiple parties have evidence of child abuse and criminal activity and they cover for it, that's a crime. Are you there, ma'am? You got to see it to believe it. I guess what is needed, confessions. What's needed? They it's criminal. You cannot deprive someone of their right to go to court, and they have done it. I have never heard anything like my experience. But the dangerous part is if they threw the Constitution in the trash for me, and all these extreme events went on to deprive me of my services, right when COVID was happening. I mean, I'm not saying it's related, but I mean, the multiple parties hit the jackpot. If it could have been created for multiple parties to get away with their crime and chaos, that was a perfect timing. That's all I'm saying. This is abnormal. We know this. Not depriving a citizen of their constitutional right to go to court at multiple different locations. I've never heard of it. And we all never heard of COVID. Hello, ma'am? Ma'am? Well, this is what happens when you let someone that's not mentally stable run the government.